What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. We are here for Love is Blind Season 3, Episode 2. What was it called? Oh, I didn't even write it down. All right. So, if you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. The sun is setting, so y'all are gonna get the golden hour, Tam. All right, so ignore the sun on the side of my face. I might squint because it is blinding me. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. Hop in the comment section. Just try to keep your comments about whatever episode the recap is on, just because we don't want to do spoilers or anything like that for anyone else that is watching. But let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So episode 2. So it picks up with Brennan and Alexa meeting each other. And we do hear Alexa say, "What the fuck?" But it was a good one. And it's because she does like him. She's excited to see him. He's excited to see her. They hug right away. They kiss right away. She said that they will have extremely beautiful children. I said, okay. All right, planning for the future. He said that no matter what, he is in this with her 100%. He's by her side. So that's reassuring to hear, especially so early on in a relationship. But as we all know from the first 2 seasons, it's just words at this point, just lip service. So we get back to the women's living quarters, and Colleen is talking about her second rejection, okay? She's wondering if it's something that she's doing wrong. Absolutely. It is absolutely you, Colleen, because you're leading with, "Oh, I'm a ballet dancer. I'm a ballet dancer. I'm a ballet dancer." That is what she's leading with. And the moment that you decide to be an adult and have adult conversations and go just a smidgen deeper, you will start making some real connections. So she said that she feels like everyone is judging her, and she is learning to grow up and be clear on her feelings. All right, Colleen. Colleen has bounced back with Matt, okay? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. So she's telling Matt that she's getting emotional from the fear of rejection, because she done already struck out 0 for 2 so far. So she said it's scary being vulnerable. And it is. It is scary being vulnerable. But it's also like you chose to come into a situation where you are marrying somebody wholly, truly based off of personality and feelings and getting deep. So it's weird that this is odd for you, that this is uncomfortable for you. I don't understand that about these people. So Matt tells her that he got married at 18 years old and he was divorced at 24. So she said that she would rather focus on the positivity. He said that's on him. And that's just another way of her saying that she don't want to get deep. She wants to really just focus on happy, happy, joy, joy. And that's just not what happens when you're in an adult committed relationship, let alone, or I should say, or even so, a marriage. So she said that his voice is very soothing and it's letting her know that everything is okay and she's doing well. He says she's perfect, she's all happy and giggly, and for once Colleen has had a date that didn't leave her feeling blah inside. We pan over to Nancy and Andrew. I don't like either one of them, but Nancy said that she wonders if having a real family life, a basic, boring family life, is going to be boring for him. This is a man who lives a very exciting life. He travels all over the world. You know, he does all these kind of fly by the seat of your pants type things. He starts talking. He's like, "Yeah, I was in Africa. You know, a couple months we did that. You know, I had our expense company card, so I'm buying all these. You know, renting these expensive trucks and renting these expensive cars. And you know, there was the month." You know, the month over here. Oh, God, yes. The year over here. And I'm watching this like, that's not answering her question. Whatever. If she like it, I love it. I don't believe Andrew is ready for marriage. Personally. That's me. From what I'm seeing, he's not ready for marriage. So Andrew said that the person you marry and love is the person you can negotiate compatibility. Let me start over. Can't read my own notes. Andrew said the person you marry and love is the person you can negotiate compatibilities with grace and kindness. Okay? So at first when he made that statement, she just stared at the wall. And he was like, well, I like it. It's a good statement. And she was like, no, I'm thinking about it. This is great. She said that in her confessional, because he is so relaxed and fluid with life, that it's kind of hard for her to envision a life with him because he seems very nonchalant about everything. While nonchalantness can be cool when you're trying to plan out a life with somebody, it can be a little intimidating and scary because you're not showing me how you really react under pressure or under stress, or is this just how you do? These are people's representatives in these pods. I have to keep reiterating that because we see it pan out. We saw it pan out the first 2 seasons. These people are just one way in the pods, and then when they get out, it's like, oh shit, this is not how you were before. Back over at the men's quarters, Bartise is saying that he likes Nancy and he likes Raven. Nancy is more like a best friend type of person, but Raven is super smart, and right now he's leaning more towards Raven. So they have a date, Bartise and Raven. Okay. She said that she's insecure about being a bottle service girl. Girl, if you are that insecure that you're a bottle service girl or that you bartend, then stop doing it. But I want her to stop acting like she's out here slinging rocks or something. I feel like if you're embarrassed about what you do, then don't do it. That's me. If I'm embarrassed to tell people what my job is, then I'm not going to be doing it. But this is, she's putting 20 on 10 for absolutely no reason. She said she was in a long-term relationship with a guy. She was like, they had a lot of money. He was an older man. Do you see where I'm going? Bartise was like, no. I said, you was with that man for his money. Go on and admit it, Raven. And when you found out that Bartise was younger than you, you quickly flipped your mind about what you wanted to do. Bartise doesn't, give you the zhuzh that he has money. So that's why you don't want to be bothered with him. So she says so she still has things from that relationship because he would buy her and give her a lot of things. Bartise said, well, girl, if as long as it ain't a house, then I'm okay with it. He said, because I don't want to live in the house that another man gave you. And I feel like that's a very real statement. Something tells me that he did give her a house because of the way that she got quiet and was like, oh, a house? Maybe he gave her an apartment. He gave her something of great value that she felt that way. Bartise said, well, look, I'm younger, okay? So I'm not going to be buying you Rolexes and all that type of shit like that. You'll get a couple gifts here and there. Okay, maybe a Casio watch, a Citizen's, but it's not going to be that type of stuff. She said that she doesn't expect anybody to buy her anything like that while she is doing laps around that room. Did y'all notice how fast she was walking? She was just, yeah, woo. I was like, what? Sit down, rest yourself. I don't like Raven. I don't like Raven. Raven has bad energy about herself. So Bartise says that when his dad met his mom was already engaged. They were on vacation in the Cayman Islands one year, and his mom used to live there for a couple of years while she was engaged, or for a point in time, I should say, while she was engaged. So they went to see like a show. The singer had his mom and his siblings go to the middle of the dance floor, I guess, while he's singing to them, not the dad. Come to find out, the singer was his mom's ex-fiance. And he said that was the breakdown of his parents' marriage. Now, while he's telling the story, telling his business, telling his mama's business, Raven is doing jumping jacks. I said, you rude heifer. Raven is doing jumping jacks. And he's like, oh, so then she's like, yeah, good for you for sharing that. That's not that bad. That's, That's not that bad at all. And I'm thinking, hey, Raven. So he was like, yeah, I heard you working out through my monologue, Here I am pouring myself out, pouring my soul, telling my family's business, and you're working out through it. And she was just like, yeah. I just thought that was rude. It's rude. You can just sit down, like to be working out and to be doing jumping jacks, talking about some, you heard me? Yeah, because you making noise. I feel like that whole room is probably a speaker. They can hear everything that you're saying and doing. Me and Bartice were off of her after that. Bye. So then we get Cole and Zanab. So she likes how Cole just randomly starts singing. They match each other's energy. She's feeling Cole. He's the most excited about the prospect of traveling in their marriage because she's a flight attendant. They have great perks. I think they fly for free. I think they might be able to get one person to fly for free with them or something like that. But he's excited for them to travel together when they're married. So he has been married and divorced already. Met a girl. Dated the girl for 2 months. They got married. They were married for 4 months. She filed for divorce. I said, what is happening? What is happening? She said that she's okay with that. Zanab doesn't have any, issues with that. He asked her to be his girlfriend. He then said he thinks that he's falling in love with her. She feels the same. We have another connection brewing. So after that, we get Colleen and Matt. Colleen done learned her lesson because she's not talking about being a ballet dancer no more. So Matt said he is scared of being hurt again. So he was married to his high school sweetheart and she cheated on him. While she cheated on him, she got pregnant by the other guy and he never heard from her again. So Colleen tells him, I've never cheated on anybody. I could never do that to anybody. You don't have to worry about that. That's not me. That's not my character. That's not how I get down. So he feels more relaxed about that, more comfortable with her. I feel like anybody can say they will not cheat, but I guess you don't know until you're in a position like that. So, but she's giving him that reassurance that ain't how she get down. Don't worry about that. We get Bartice and Raven. When she comes into the room, he has money all over the floor. I guess it was a joke about thinking she was a stripper. Fell flat, Bartice. But now I'm kind of thinking that it was probably some shade because she was rude earlier. So he asked, was she doing jumping jacks again? Because he said that he needed to talk to her. She's like, no, I'm eating chips. And he was like, yeah, because, I was giving, a speech before and bearing my soul and you were working out. He said that he has this burning desire to be with another woman. And while he's in the pod with her, he wants to be with Nancy. I said, oh, y'all dropping names this season? Y'all being rude like that? Whoa. So you can tell she's like shook. She was like, yeah, it's cool. It's a no for me too. And Raven liked Bartice. Raven said no before he could say no to her. That's all that was. It wasn't like Raven was really thinking about that. Raven said no because she just wanted to beat him to the punch. Raven feels that guys are supposed to I don't know. Something about Raven gives me the feeling that she's one of those girls that feels like men are supposed to fawn over them. And if you're not clamoring to her and doing all this stuff for her, you really don't like her. So then she went on to say that her other date is more emotionally reassuring. I said, in Bartice's sensitive ass ain't, but okay. She said that most guys always love her more than she loves them, or cares about them more than she cares about them in relationships. So this is nothing. This is nothing. He then looks kind of mad. I don't know if he was offended by that, but he kind of looks mad that he didn't get the chance to dump her. Everything about this date was cringy, and I was ready for the scene to go off. Everything about it. Nonetheless, they are Splitsville. I feel like once they get out the pods, it's going to be some tension between the two of them. That's how I feel. Back at the men's quarters, Bartice is telling the other guys how it's crazy how yesterday he was all about Raven. They had a couple dates. things flipped, things switched, and now he's all about Nancy. He wants to focus his energy on Nancy. Andrew's sitting there like, okay, I got your ass. Because next time I see Nancy, I'm going to propose. So Andrew was thinking in his confessional, I'm going to still shoot my shot. May the best man win. So Bartiz has a date with Nancy. They have a little sushi date set up. He gives her this huge bouquet of white roses. She's excited. He's excited. They decide that they are not going to share their physical attributes. They want to play it very... they want to play it the way that they've been doing it, where I don't know how you look, you don't know how I look, and I want to keep it that way because we want to stay true to the process. So Bartiz tells her that he has this like fire in his stomach. He burns for her. I gotta watch the last season of Bridgerton. But he said he burns for her, right? Even when he's on other dates with other women, he's like, I was with Raven and I was thinking about you. And that's what Nancy wanted to hear, right? So Nancy's geeked. She's like, okay. So he then tells her that he can see himself falling in love with her. And I said, well, this is promising. Nancy says that while they have a genuine interest and connection, the logical part of her is telling her not to say I love you back. I said, I'll be damned. I would be damned. She said that there is another person that she's interested in. Camera cuts to Bartiz. He is in his confessional crying because now he's wondering, did he give up on Raven? Too soon? Did he make the right choice? Look like Bartiz ain't gonna have nobody at the end of the pods. So we get Nancy and Andrew, and I don't know why they do this meow thing when they come in the room. I don't like it. But she asks him about his family living with you and your spouse. He seems to be okay with it. They somehow get on the topic of UFOs. She says she has seen a UFO as a child. She saw a white light. She saw a flying saucer. He said that while he's never seen an alien, he believes in them. He believes that they are watching us. She's intrigued by his experiences, and while she's kind of torn between two guys, it's pretty clear she's leaning more towards Andrew in this moment. We get to Raven and SK. She said that opening up is hard for her, and no one has gotten that out of her so far. I said, girl, bye. I'm sick of Raven. I'm sick of Raven. And that skin. So he said that he's not attracted to simple, straightforward. He likes somebody that's complicated and complex. Let's have some real deep conversations. I don't want you to come in and be rude and blurt shit out. Let's talk about how you got to this thought process. How you got, like, you know what I mean? So that's what SK is attracted to. She says she's not saying that she loves him. She is saying that as a mature adult woman, that she has never had this type of feeling before, and that she will get there in her own way. He said, I love that. I love that. That's what I want to hear.